They just lost the playoffs. So he's like, yo, we just lost. I just lost my dude, and y'all up here talking about practice. We talking about practice. So, people clowned him for years saying like he's arrogant and he was just, he didn't want to practice. He thought he was better than practice, but really he was just saying in the context of what's going on while we're talking about practice. So that's my little tidbit on Allen Iverson.
Oh, gosh.
One of the greatest NBA players of all time.
She said, thanks, all right.
Anywho, so is this good?
Yes.
All right.
We're good. So Cleaton's Facebook is back up and running for those who want to hop back on and be faithful to his page.
Faithful.
Yes.
There we go.
Keisha's back. Yes.
Thank you, Keisha.
Thank you all.
Yeah, is this better? Let us know if it's better.
Yes.
I know it was acting up last week, I think.
Yeah, I saw it skipping over there, and I'm like, whoa.
It's all right. I'll retire this.
Yeah.
It's a relic. It's a relic these days. All right. So I was just giving an analogy. So just to catch back up, we're talking about branding and we're talking about marketing. The difference between the two. Branding is.
She said, "I'm staying right here."
Fine, you stay there.
Hey, Fee.
Wow, they give your boy no. Thank you, Keisha, for showing me some love over here. All my people that went over there. Anyway,
King Flag.
Yeah,
we don't want to lose him again.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, my hand all the way. My bad. God.
He's learning live etiquette, y'all.
Hey.
He's learning live etiquette, okay?
I already know it. No, put me on.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. Anywho, branding, marketing. Right. So recap, real quick. Recap. So branding, it's your logo, website, it's your image, your voice, it's your messaging, right? It's how you present your brand, your company, your
overall look,
yeah,
your voice, your tone.
Right. It's very important. Now, marketing is. It's a combination of a lot of things, right? But what it is the effort that you make to understand your client, right? So you start by understanding the ideal client you want to serve, you want to create content for. It's the ideal client you want to solve their problem, right? Provide a product or service for. You start by finding out them, right? And then you do research on you do research to find out where they hang out. What platforms they constantly go to, right? Are they mainly on Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube, right? You want to find out what causes them to buy, right? So marketing is the research and the strategy of understanding all of those things, and then advertising, right, and creating content. And then we'll get into this in a little bit. You got inbound marketing and outbound marketing, but it's the process of getting them into your funnel, into your world to consume your product or service or your content. Okay, so marketing is involved in getting people to you and getting them to take action. We always talk about call to action, right?
Getting in front of your market, your target market. Right.
So it's getting them to you, getting them to take action to buy your product or service. Branding is what it's what identifies you in the market. It's what makes you stand out, right? It's like we talked about earlier. It's getting to a place where people can associate your product, service, or content you create with the particular thing they're looking for. If I'm doing a search, I'm gonna Google it, right? I'm not gonna Bing it, right? Because Bing ain't really, they didn't put in work like that.
Okay, everybody Google. We Google it.
Right. So, and then I tapped into an analogy of a football coach. I was like, it's just like a football coach who starts thank you, Brandon.
And
thank you, Brandon, for coming on my page, bro.
Hey, Miss Renee. And thank you, Fifi, for being our scribe tonight.
Thank you. Hey, Miss Renee. What was I saying? So the football analogy was simply you have a coach. He's a new team. They're new to the NFL, and they have a few weeks before the NFL season starts. So this coach, what he does, he spends week after week. He's working on the logo for the helmets, the colors, the jersey, the numbers, everything that is the aesthetic part of the team, right? Then they get to the first game and they get destroyed because they forgot to do one major thing, which is coach. He forgot to coach the team, work on plays, and actually show up and execute plays, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the same analogy. That's the same scenario when you are focusing all of your time on branding and you're not spending any time on marketing. You know, and sometimes it gets muddy. You confuse the two. You feel like, well,
I'm doing all the marketing. I'm doing it.
I look dope. I look the part, you know.
Why isn't anybody, you know, engaging with me or, you know, buying any of my my products or want any of my services?
Yeah, and it's like, well, do you even know what your clients are looking for? Have you surveyed your clients, right? Have you, like we talked about, have you done any research to understand where they're congregating, right? Mm-hmm. They could be all on Pinterest and you sending all your messages on Facebook, right? And you're like, how come no one's engaging? Well, as soon as if you're making t-shirts as an example, if you were to post those same t-shirts over here on Pinterest, you may have double the exposure, double the engagement, right? So marketing is really starting to get down and understand that. And a lot of you may say, you know what? That stuff you're talking about for marketing is too much for me. Well, this is when you seek help, right? You seek help from the branding geeks. You find a business coach. You find someone who's a professional marketer, experts, right?
Yeah.
And they begin to provide a pathway for you to understand, okay, this is what I need to do on social media.
Right.
This is what I need to do for my marketing campaign. Everybody keeps talking about marketing campaign. What is that?
What is it? Yeah.
Right? So that's the big delineation, right? That's the big difference between the two. Branding, you know, companies like Coca-Cola, they brand, right? They don't need to market anymore. You've already tasted.
They don't need to market.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have used that.
They don't need to market. All I just got to do is just see the red and the white.
Red? Oh, I was about to say red. I thought you was talking Pepsi. But, you know.
Well, we don't say that name in this house.
You're acting like
Coca-Cola family.
You act like you want to drink a Pepsi. Hey, Pastor A, how you doing?
Hey, Pastor A.
Nah, so.
And Brandon said, "Got your big dog. This always is one of the highlights of my week." Aw,
appreciate you, bro.
I see you with the football analogy. He said,
you know, I've been watching these dramas, man. They'll make me emotional. All right. Anywho, what was I saying? Yeah. So you know,
talking about Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. They don't brand. They don't market because all they have to do, they've already gained enough market exposure. So now all you have to do is a commercial.
Yeah.
All you have to do is commercial, and it's like, oh, okay, I already know what it tastes like. You don't have to
know what we're gonna get.
You don't have to give me an infomercial
exactly
on it because I know what it tastes like. Another example of really good marketing and simplifying your marketing and your message is Geico. I don't even have to go ahead. You can say the commercial. Geico can cause you to save X amount of money in 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
That's because they understood, like, okay, this is an issue with insurance, right? So let's do some marketing research. Let's find out that pain point, and then let's drill that. Every commercial, we're drilling that into you. So now you know, okay, oh, it's a simple message. They're going to cause me to save money in 15 minutes. This is great. Yeah. And then now, once they did that marketing piece, right? Now all they got to do is brand it. They could do the dumbest commercial. It could be literally, they have proven this over the last 20 years.
Nothing to do with what it means.
They can literally talk about anything. And guess what? You're gonna still get that message at the end. So I don't want to belabor the point. Those are the two differences between branding and marketing. Now to dive into marketing a little bit more, we talked about this in previous lives. You have inbound marketing and outbound marketing.
Right.
Okay, so and this will kind of, hopefully in this description, I might touch on the difference because, like I said earlier, sometimes people get marketing and sales confused as well. Yeah. So hopefully I'll uncover that in this quick breakdown. Crazy. So inbound marketing is setting up what we call funnel. It's setting up funnels. It's setting up pathways for people to come to you and consume your product or service. Okay. This is typically done through content marketing. So it's what we're doing now, right? we're providing content to you all, talking about the difference between branding and marketing. When you consume this content and we stay consistent before you, you're going to start to associate us with marketing, with branding. You're like, okay, if I need anything that's associated with branding and marketing, I know I can go to the Branding Geeks. Mm-hmm. Okay, now if you were to inquire about us, go to any of our what's up, Dweeta? If you were to go to any of our pages, you'll have a call to action that's going to say, hey, jump on a call. Mm-hmm. When you go and jump on that call and you engage with us on a call, now what's just effectively happened is you just been inbound marketing, right? So that's what inbound marketing essentially is. It's putting out content in the world that causes people to come to you looking for your product, your service, your content that you provide. Mm-hmm. And that can be done with anything from a book that you produce all the way to a t-shirt that you created. Mm-hmm. So inbound marketing is the process of that. And then there's so many ways to do that. You can do it through webinars. You can do it through paid advertising, right? So you got the paid ads on all of the platforms. You have the organic post, right? So it's, think about, let's take E.T. Some of you may know about E.T. the hip hop preacher. He does Eric Thomas, right? He does Thank God It's Monday, and he's done those videos for years.
You gotta say it right, because some people may not know. Thank God It's Monday.
Now you don't put me on the spot.
Yeah, you gotta say it, because some people.
Nah. Now I look like a
like a dweeb. It's Monday. That's how he,
Thank you.
Some people might know it by the screen and not by.
Well, now you're gonna have me looking lame. Nah, I'm straight. Anyway, so what was I saying? So he does the Motivational Mondays, right? Mm-hmm. And you consume that, you get motivated. You're like, man, this guy dope. I want to learn more about him. You go and you check out his YouTube channel. You see all his videos, and then you see there's a call to action to join a group or whatever. So there's, like I said, there's video, there's webinars, there's these lives, right? There's blog posts. You've seen a lot of people who are influencers now. They started off by producing a blog. Right? They did a blog for years that caused people to come and read the blog, and then they started joining their newsletter. And, once you join their newsletter, they were able to hit you with emails and so on and so forth. So saying all that to say, that's the inbound marketing portion of it. The outbound marketing is let me see a good example of it.
I'm trying to think of another analogy out there.
No. I was. I was going to use that. I was. What I'll say is, it's this thing we actually were going to talk about this today, but last second I said, I think this is something that could be more beneficial, but it's this new concept, and there's a book out about it called social selling. Mm-hmm. And this is a form of outbound marketing where, it's like traditional. This is where the confusion of marketing and sales happens, right? So how cold calling, right? Any of you, when you were in college, fresh out of college, you these call centers.
Yeah, one of those jobs.
You know what I'm saying? You just dialing, you dialing for your life, right? You know what I'm saying? Like $2,000 a day. Like, God, I'm a human, man. Golly, can I live?
Can't take no
and
lunch.
Then you get paid $5 an hour. Like, come on, man. So what's up, Sarah? But you know what I mean? So, I don't know if maybe you came out and you're a rocket scientist, you know what I'm saying? But I know when I came out, I had to jump on them calls, right? So that is straight up hardcore sales. Mm-hmm. That's not outbound marketing. Outbound marketing is more so of this concept of social selling. Yeah. And with social selling, what you're essentially doing is you're reaching out to people who, you're not just reaching out to everybody. I think, multi-level marketing companies, and they do this back. And this is why people ignore messages on LinkedIn and all this stuff, because there's a lot of people just doing this the wrong way. Mm-hmm. But the right way to do it is to look out for people in your target, right? So it's a part of marketing because you did you've done the research to find out who's your target audience.
Because you did the what?
The research.
Which is the what? The work?
Oh, yeah, you did the play?
Yeah.
What you recommend now? I don't know where you going with this. Throw me off, man. Yeah.
you did the work, because you were in the football analogy. You were saying how they were just looking, doing all they had to do to look the part, but they weren't, doing.
No, that's good. That's good. And the marketing portion is the work.
I was just referencing.
I appreciate you. You know what I mean? So you doing the. You see that hand right there?
Yes.
Making a point.
I was talking about Fifi the other week. You got
it
in your live.
If y'all seen the live, she had the 2 fingers back. That's the apostle. When you bring the point down, you got to pull the point down.
That's when you're making a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So anyway, so what I was saying was, outbound marketing. You do the research to find out exactly what your target market, where they're hanging out, and what they're doing, and then you go there and you engage them in a very organic, very natural way. So you're not. So you're not looking to create content that draws them into you, but you're actually going out to them. You're finding out where they congregate. They may be in a Facebook group, right? Mm-hmm. So you're actually in that group. You start engaging in that group, and now you're having direct conversations with people who are directly in your target market. Authentic ones, because you went out for them. So that's the difference. That's the outbound marketing piece compared to the inbound marketing, where you create content and you causing them to come to you. Mm-hmm. So as you can see, marketing is very vast, and then branding is very vast, but you want to know that there's difference. You don't want to be spending all your time trying to have the perfect logo, the perfect website, the perfect messaging, and never actually do the work, which is putting it out. Listen, we think that if it was up to me, I would have a ABC level camera. The big old long cameras that they have, Joel Osteen cameras. I have one of those. I have I'll be in some kind of set, and I'll be doing it up, right? If I had the opportunity to do that. But I realized that, listen, y'all don't really care about that. If I can get over here and give you the information that you can say, you know what, dang,
it's going to help you all out, solve you all's problems.
Yeah, I can come out this next week. I know I need to get my logo. I'm not going to spend any. I'm going to give it one more week. Get this logo knocked out. Now next week I'm jumping in. I'm just posting. I'm posting because you know what? I gotta market. I gotta get my business, my product, my content out there. I can't worry about how it looks or who's saying what. I gotta get feedback, because the problem is a lot of times we're our own worst critics. So we will stop ourselves, self-sabotage before we actually jump out and do anything. Yeah. So we have to make sure we're always getting our stuff out and getting feedback from the audience. Just like Kim just did with this video. Oh man, this thing is cutting up. It's messing up. All right, let's stop and let's react and provide the solution right away. Let's jump back off, get onto another iPad and make it work, right? So in that same scenario, we would have never known that if we never did a live with this device. Right. We would have kept like, you know what?
Would have still been.
You try to get it perfect, right? And then you look up and it's a month later, it's a year later, you're like, oh man, I haven't got my idea off the ground. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe it's because you're spending too much time trying to
self-sabotage that part.
Self-sabotage. Mm-hmm. You're spending too much time trying to brand when you should be marketing. Mm-hmm. And what happens is you start marketing, right? And now that you're marketing, now you start to tweak it and come back and build your brand.
Right.
A brand is important when you've established place in the marketplace, a space in the marketplace.
Right. And a brand, just like Coca-Cola, they revamped their brand along the way. So you're gonna be, throughout time in the length of your business, you're gonna, constantly every so often, upgrade your brand. So that's okay to do.
Yeah, so. It's just like you reinvent yourself throughout the years, right? There's stats that say we change every 7 years, right? Well, the same thing. Your business goes through that same revamping, right? It's you may have started off and you offer one service, but 5 years later you've expanded and you've grown your brand. So you want to make sure that you are spending time getting in front of people, getting feedback, getting what we call metrics, so that you can look at the numbers and say, you know what, when I do this is the amount of responses I get. When I do this kind of post, I get 0 response, so I need to stop that. You got to get something out to get feedback to know how to further your brand.
Right. Dana said, hold on, it's going out. Y'all coming in. She said, thought it was developing brand first, then market.
See, and
totally get your perspective.
And you know, Edwina, you're right. You definitely want to start off with understanding your brand because you don't want to be changing your brand, right? Mm-hmm. So it's important, and that's a great point Edwina brings up. You want to establish what your brand is at the beginning, but the key takeaway from today is don't get stuck there.
Yeah.
Right? Don't get stuck in the retweaking and revamping of that. You want to make a decision, make it quick, and then get feedback from the market. So you have to decide, you know, if I said I'm going to do a black and white logo, boom, I'm doing it. That's it. I don't have to take 2 weeks to decide or send it to all of my family members. You're the one with the vision. You're the one that have the idea. You're the one that has the content. You have to trust your gut and go with it. You know, get that thing out there, and then you get feedback. You know, while you're building it, you know, if it's not too long, you know, let's say if it's been a couple of weeks and you're like, you know what, I'm not getting good feedback, then you can snatch that thing back and revamp it. But you would have done yourself a service of getting feedback from your market. So
yeah, and if Vivi said just want to be perfect, sometimes that can hold us back. Yeah. You know,
it's the things, you know, what's that book? It's over there.
And Sabrina said, go and get more on your way. Definitely. Which
Crucial Conversations. Crucial Conversations, the book I read, talks about the stories we tell ourselves, you know, and, you know, a lot of times, like I said earlier, we're our own worst critics. So a lot of times we're like, hi, nobody gonna like it, or it doesn't look like this person's brand, or, you know, like I have some mentors, you know, that I'm like, man, I'm looking at their social media stuff and I'm like, man, this dude got his stuff, you know, he got all the posts lined up, you know, and it can be intimidating, but you have to fix your perspective and say, you know what, I can get that person.
That could be on their step 50. You're still on step maybe 5.
Yeah, and I'll give you a prime example. One of my guys that I love this stuff, John Saunders, man, big good friend of mine, and you know, I've been watching this stuff through the years, and you know, to my what's the word I'm looking for? To my surprise, we were talking. You know, we interviewed him a few years ago, and we talked a few years. And he was asking me about some audio stuff, and I'm like, dude, you asking me? Like, I thought you had all this stuff down pat, and it let me and showed me that he's human just like me, you know, and as successful as he is, he has the same hang-ups and the same thoughts and the same issues that I might have. So, you know, the reality is you gotta just get it out there. You gotta put your big boy pants on, get your brand going.
Or big girl pants on.
Or your big girl pants, right? And
ladies.
And yeah, and you know, get feedback from the market.
Yes.
So that's my part today.
So that's tonight's live, branding versus marketing. We hoped we have, you know, revelated a little bit, enlightened some. You know, gave a little bit of insight, because sometimes, you know, like we mentioned before, sometimes people think it's the same thing, branding and marketing, but they're different.
Yes.
So let us know if you all have any questions. We'll take some questions right now for a little bit. You're welcome, Dwena.
Anytime.
And Fifi says she needs that book, Crucial Conversations.
Oh yeah, we can post it on our page, the link. Actually, if you want notes or any feedback from this live, you could DM us at the Branding Geeks. Or any of our page. You could DM Kim page, my page.
Yes.
I'm still pointing at the device that don't work.
That don't work.
You could DM us on our page, and we will send it to you via email if you want.
Yes, and I don't see any questions, so we're just gonna wrap it up. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to sit right here with us tonight. Wow. On our weekly live. We thank you and are grateful so much. Go ahead, if you haven't already, please go ahead and like and share this live. And
where can they follow us?
Oh, thank you.
Or just saying.
Be sure to like and follow us. We're the Branding Geeks on Facebook. Instagram, once again, is the Branding Geeks. If you have any questions, you can either DM us or you can email us at contactus@thebrandinggeeks.com. Our website is thebrandinggeeks.com. It's pretty straightforward, thebrandinggeeks.com.
And if you could please do us a favor, share this live with anyone that you know needs anything to do with marketing, branding. We're just trying to help people, man. We're really just trying to share our knowledge, help you to, you know, to launch that brand, right? Launch that idea. A lot of us in this quarantine season, you know, this has been time to be really reflective. There may be so many businesses, books, content, all kind of stuff you want to do. This is, you know, a time to really dive into it, and we want to help you. So share this, hit us up on all of those different platforms, and you know, we're committed to come here every week, and as often as we can, right? So if you love this content, hit that what is the notification bell? I know
yes, notification on Facebook to let you know that we'll be going live, or when we go on live. Sometimes we might do a pop-up live, you never know. And the same for those of you on Instagram. Go ahead to your settings and hit the notifications on the Branding Geeks profile. Alrighty. Anything else?
I'm good, man.
Well, until next time, we hope you all have a better than ever week. Remember to stay safe, stay healthy, most of all, stay connected. See you next week. Bye.